All right, too. Happy WWDC, everybody. I am going live everywhere else. I'm going live on um, Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. So, welcome in today. I am going to talk about WWDC. So, this WWDC week, and if you are not an iOS developer, WWDC is a world wide conference for at Apple, where they introduce new technologies, new devices, everything new, and also they introduce new trends and new updates for software developers, for Apple, for iOS developers. So this conference was really interesting. So I won't be able to cover every single detail and how it will affect your career necessarily, but I'm just going to give you my impressions and what I think about it and how we can how we can really utilize that. So, if you are joining my live stream, as always, my crew on LinkedIn and really everywhere else, as you joining, please comment on my live stream. I'm not going to be super long, so as you joining, comment on my live stream. Tell me where you're watching me from, and also I would I would encourage everybody utilize my live streams as a networking opportunity because you don't know who is watching. You don't know who is watching. I'm streaming, like I do emphasis on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is a networking platform, but I'm also streaming everywhere else. And I would encourage y'all to network everywhere else as well. So I'm talking about WWDC today. So uh, right out the gate, what was really impressive for me, Vision Pro. Yeah, like, yeah, Vision Pro. And what I like about Vision Pro is that you can utilize the same tools that we already know and love for like Vision OS development. I think this is incredible. And also, what I also like, if you are an iOS developer, you see like their macros in Swift. They are simplifying way of developing Swift UI apps. And so if you are in iOS space, so if you're not an iOS developer, so it's probably going to be a little bit confusing for you because I'm an iOS developer. This is WWDC. This is really near and dear to my heart, and I would like to provide a value for my iOS developers. So I realize it may not be of interest to broader audience, but I really want to talk to my iOS developers and people who are interested in iOS space and become an iOS developer. So, what trend I'm seeing with Apple? What trends I'm seeing with Apple? Swift UI. Swift UI. Like a lot of people are asking me if they should learn Swift UI in UI Kit. And yes, it is a good idea to learn both, but if you are like, it doesn't matter if you're starting with iOS development or if you're a solid iOS developer, especially if you're a solid iOS developer, you should learn and you should look into Swift UI right now. Why? Because it is the future. It's not the future, it is the reality of Apple platform. If you watch the State of Union today, they encourage in every aspect of their presentation, they highly encourage everybody to use Swift UI. And if we look at the market right now, we also see a lot increased demand in Swift UI. Increase demand on Swift UI. Thank you, Rashad, for stopping by and commenting on my live stream. So, and what I'm also seeing is uh, when different languages and different frameworks are coming together. For example, now Swift has bridge to C and C++. I did not see that coming. I know that C and C++ are very powerful languages. And I knew that C++ is used in Swift under the hood. And I know that you can utilize C++ for app development as well, right? And but like I did not see that coming, that we can see now bridges between Swift between Swift and C++. And my assumption why it is happening right now, it is because Unity and Apple, they come together, they collaborate together to bring apps that were developed in Unity to Apple platform. And I think and Unity has a lot to do with C languages, C sharp, uh, C++, if I'm not mistaken. They also leveraging those frameworks as well. So, and what Apple did again, they would like to promote Swift, and they would like to make Swift as robust as possible, as flexible as possible. And this is really insightful for me. This is really insightful for me. And if you are thinking, and I know like especially newer software developers, when they're thinking about platform, which language to learn, Swift is a definitely language to go, because Apple is trying to modernize Swift, and Apple is trying to incorporate Swift in their framework as well. So, if you are joining my live stream, drop me a comment. What is your impression of WWDC? Rashad, what is your impression of WWDC? What do you specifically like, and what you're looking forward to exploring and learning as an iOS developer? For me, I would like to learn more about Vision OS, or Vision Pro and Vision OS, because I think it's a new step in development. It's a new step in development. And see, like, what I like about it, it's also it's on the one hand, you can grab your skills. What I like about iOS platform, I have transferable skills such as Swift programming language, Swift UI, and UI kit, and other fundamental knowledge. And I can use the same framework. I can utilize the same framework everywhere else, and I can leverage my transferable skills if I want to work on something else, and if I want to switch my niche, if I want to start doing Visual Pro and Visual OS apps, I can simply leverage existing skill set and learn as I go tools to develop apps for Vision OS. And I think it is incredible, because my concern, because I don't know about you, but I've heard about AR glasses coming from Apple for weeks at this point. For weeks at this point. And I was thinking, how do I as an iOS developer, how do I leverage my knowledge to start developing for AR glasses for Vision OS? And I was really pleased that I can use Swift as a programming language to do so. So, and for the title for this live stream, I said like this one thing will affect your iOS developer career. So, and if I don't know if you're joining late, I would encourage everybody, especially my senior iOS developers, especially my iOS developers who know platform really well, who being in the industry for a while. And I know sometimes it's hard for y'all to pick up new skills because tech is developing. I would encourage everybody actually to start utilizing Swift UI as a framework right now. It's very easy to learn. It's not going to take you forever to get accustomed to that framework. And now, in the shape and form, the Swift UI is right now, and it's actually easier to pick up and learn. So, if you know you like it really well, if you know you like it really well, you can figure out Swift UI fairly easily. It won't take you like a long time to get familiar with. So uh, another thing that I like about WWDC is Swift data. Like I kind of saw that coming uh, because core data is one of the core data is one of the very clunky and confusing frameworks for me. Very clunky and confusing frameworks for me. But Swift data, like I like what they did, and I would like to, as an iOS developer, I would like to play around with that, and I think we're gonna see a lot more database apps utilizing and leveraging Swift data. So like that's kind of my real impression. So like Rashad said, Vision OS stood out the most. It's tremendous step as technology continues to advance. I'm excited for this. Yeah, and you know what? I tweeted about it. And I don't think I will invest in Vision Pro. Is it Vision Pro? I don't think I will invest in glasses as of right now because I have so many questions. Uh, and also, I would like to wait and see the next iteration of the glasses, how they improve. What is the next iteration for the glasses for the Vision OS? So I think I think it would be really cool. But here's the thing. I made a mistake when they announced M1 Pro. I was impatient because I was in need of new laptop. Well, not in need, but like my old laptop was getting slower, so I wanted to something more. I wanted to a faster machine, and I invested in M1 Pro, and I could kick myself for that because a year later they released 16-inch M1 Pro that I have right now, that I'm using right now. Much better quality, much better machine, and much better experience. So that's why I'm going to wait on glasses. In like those glasses are expensive. Okay, those glasses are a little bit expensive. I can justify after my expenses with the move. Like if you don't know, I'm moving. I have moved practically to Seattle. I just need to bring my stuff here. Um, I can justify those expenses right now, like not for the price that they're asking. If it was like 1,500, I would probably invest it, but not for the price that they're asking right now. I'm gonna wait and see the feedback, what people think, and after that, in 2025, like I might purchase that, but not right now. So as you're joining in, your impressions of WWDC, and I understand maybe people and WWDC, like the first day is a little bit overwhelming for everybody, right? Because there's so many live streams to hop on. There's so many creators are throwing information at you, and understand if you need to gather yourself together. But these are my first impressions, and this is why I'm not gonna stay long with WWDC updates. But what really stood out for me is swift improvements in the bridges to C++ and C and Swift data. So Swift data is actually genius, and I would like to see more of it. And obviously, Vision OS I think is a new thing, but again, I would like to bring us home like new data flow and Swift data are game changers. Yes, yes. I like. Thank you, Stuart. By the way, if you have not subscribed to Stuart Lynch YouTube channel, I highly recommend to subscribe because he pushes out really amazing videos about Swift and tutorials about Swift. So I highly encourage everybody to subscribe. So thank you for stopping by. And also, what I think is important, yes, we would like to learn about Vision OS, right? And you will have time for that. But also think about your specialty right now. What you're doing, your day-to-day responsibility as an iOS developer. So, and this is your niche, this is your money-making activity. So start with the framework that directly affects you. Like as Stuart said, like data flow will affect my money-making activity, making apps with Swift UI and Swift, and transitioning to Swift to Swift UI framework. Swift data for me, I don't use a lot of core data right now, so I don't use a lot of core data right now, but I would like to play right with Swift data because one of the reasons I don't incorporate a lot of database apps in my Aircel in my development because core data is a little bit clunky and can be confusing. So I'm curious how Swift data is going to change the game for database apps. So also data flow. I love that now we have just two annotations in Swift UI, at environment and at state. Really, like, and again, Swift UI is a new framework, right? Like for some time we knew until this point, right? And if you use older iterations of Swift and Swift UI, like yeah, at state property is the right thing to use. But I like that they simplify just two decorators at environment and at state. I think this is honestly really genius. So and kind of brings us well to point home. What is your ideal? What is your niche? And by the way, I see a lot of people joining my live stream. Please drop me in a comment. What is your impression of WWDC? What are you excited about? And also, this is a great networking opportunity because you don't know who's watching and you don't know who might be interested in your work. If you're watching me, especially if you're watching me on LinkedIn, drop me a comment. If you're watching me on other platforms, also drop me a comment. Tell me what you are excited about this WWDC. What spoke to you? What you can't wait to try? For me personally, I would like to play around with Swift as a language, and I would like to see new animations in Swift UI. I like slight improvements in Swift UI, right? And I will dive into more lectures and into more details of other aspects of other updates with Swift UI, like when it become available. But uh, really, as I said it before, really the whole theme when multiple platforms, let's say Unity, right, and Apple, they're coming together to make development experience universal. And what I think about it, that software development is becoming universal. And it doesn't mean that any developer can do development for any I mean, yes, it does. That at some point, that maybe any developer can do development for any of the platforms. But also, I think it's a great indicator for us as iOS developers to be specialists in our niche and like start thinking about our niche. What are we really good at? What are we really good at? Because the, even if like let's say tomorrow we're gonna come under one umbrella, right? And we're gonna start developing apps for many platforms in the same IDE. Still, we need like we need highly niche and specialized knowledge about each platform, even if we have such unity, no pun intended, between multiple platforms. But I'm happy to see Unity and Apple coming together, and I think Unity is a great platform to create multi-platform apps. And um, for my previous mentees who were interested in doing cross-platform development, I would encourage them to go with Unity, because this is the platform where you can easily develop uh, apps for multiple platforms. So these are my impressions. Swift, I like the updates with Swift. I like the updates with Swift UI. I can't wait for more detailed updates on Swift UI. I Have you noticed that they didn't say anything about UI kit yet? I'm kind of curious what is new in UI kit. And if you have noticed, UI kit doesn't have like stop having as many updates as Swift UI, like for the last probably 3 years. I see fewer and fewer updates on UI kit versus Swift UI. So, but I think it's a great release. And as I'm wrapping up, drop me in a comment where you're joining me from. If you're watching on replay, I want you to drop in a comment what is your impression from WWDC. Like this is like the I think this WWDC is exciting because of Vision OS. I think we're gonna have a lot of hype about Vision OS. There's a season or what's new in UI kit, so there will be changes. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see, but yeah, it's just interesting that they didn't really say anything in a State of Union. But I understand why. I understand why, because they wanted to save as much time as possible for Vision OS, because it is a new thing, and they really want to draw attention to that. So, but we're gonna see more of that. We're gonna see more of that, and I think it like, there is an opportunity for Vision OS apps. Definitely, I see that in educational spaces. I see that in course creation spaces. I see that in coaching spaces, right? Because um, like I'm an iOS developer, yes, but I'm also a coach. And when I do like a group coaching, or when I am a part of a group coaching experience, it can be a little bit boring, not because of the context of the lecture, right? Or like coaching session, but because we're in Zoom, and Zoom is exhausting, right? Like, I don't know about you, but a Zoom meeting is exhausting for me. I think making Zoom calls more interactive than ever with AR glasses can bring our meeting experience to the whole new level. So um, I'm I'm kind of curious where we're gonna go with it, because I do realize there is a high cost barrier for many people. Not like I'm not jumping on Apple glasses right away. I would like to see another iteration of it. But I think sooner or later, we're going to arrive to the point where it's more and more acceptable, where people use AR glasses for virtual meetings, and we gonna have more lifelike experiences utilizing AI, and also like working space, right? So right now, like with that update, I don't have to have my laptop like right by me, right, or in the fixed location, or thinking about my like screen for me is a pain in the butt all the time, because I can configure my screen right enough, and uh, I can configure my screen right enough in the right position. But with AR, right, with those glasses, I can just position the screen as I want it and keep working. So I see the benefits. I see the benefits, but like I'm gonna wait. So I'm going to wrap it up. Definitely drop me a note. What are your impressions about WWDC? What are you trying to learn? What are your impressions, right? Because at the beginning, I will be honest with you. At the beginning, at the keynote, I was not as impressed by the keynote. Like as a user, like yeah, they're cool. Well, I like the updates with the mental health. Like I think I made a few notes. Like yeah, like I like the updates for M2 Ultra and Mac Pro. Like, can we talk about Mac Pro and the end as we're wrapping up? So I don't know, like personally for me, like what I do, Mac Pro is a little bit overkill for me and it's way too expensive. I don't have the $7,000 for Mac Pro. I'm perfectly satisfied with my changes. Kind of like I they're making an update to a call kit. That's what I heard, and I actually spoke to someone today who is working with ColdKit. So I will reach out to that person today and ask their opinion if they heard any and if they when they try to play around with new API, what they think. Live audio message transcript. Yes, like what is irritating for me AF is when people are trying to leave me a voice message and like it's transcribing a little bit too late, and I would like to know what they have to say right away. So maybe I will pick it up. So suggestions, API, widgets, which like Apple is going really strong on widgets again. I feel like Apple is going really strong on widgets again. So if you wanna like if you wanna have like a passion project, your full time job, or offer creative suggestions how to improve user experience, widgets might be like that's might be where it's at. And yeah, like Unity, like I've already talked about Unity, but yeah, like these are my impressions about WWDC. Like it's exciting. I think it's still not as exciting as WWDC when they introduced Swift UI. I am super curious what they're gonna say, what they're gonna say, and how and the whole AR glasses are going to play out. We have waited for a long time, and it was heavily leaked all over the place, and I think it was done on purpose. So but anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will keep you updated if I discover something really interesting, I was specifically related. I will post it on my YouTube channel, and I will drop a link everywhere else as well. And as always, if you have not connected with me yet, please send me a connect request on LinkedIn. If you are not following me and everywhere else, please follow me and connect with me. Thank you so much, and have great WWDC this year. Bye, y'all.